The Evergreen Media Network Studio, powered by Scott Tree Services.
No one told me that.
No one told me that.
No one told me that. In pregnancy highs and lows,
We are tackling the I didn't knows
it's the No One Told Me podcast
with Janay
and Tay.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of No One Told Me with Janay
And Tay.
This episode, we will be discussing everything about our nurse family partnership program. It's a really amazing first-time moms program. It's overseen by nurses. And I mean, as a first-time mom, what better way to enter your pregnancy than having a nurse on call?
Yeah, absolutely. I would want that.
Exactly that. I wish I had that opportunity in the beginning.
I know. It's such a new season you're stepping into, so it's so important to have champions and a village alongside of you to help you navigate through some of these unknowns.
It's nice having them on call.
Yeah, exactly. Someone I can pick up the phone and be, help me.
I know.
Well, we are so excited to highlight this program and to welcome our guest, our featured guest today, Natasha Bois. Did I say that right? We were practicing prior.
Yes.
It's a beautiful last name, so I'm just really trying to, make sure I highlight that well, Natasha.
You got it.
So a little bit about Natasha. Natasha has been a registered nurse for 17 years with a passion for public health and community nursing, with 15 of those years focused on maternal child health. She attained her Bachelor of Science in Biology in 1999 from Barry University, as well as a Bachelor of Science in Nursing in 2006 from Florida International University, and a Master's of Science in Health Sciences in 2014 from the University of Central Florida. She attained her lactation counselor certification in February of 2020. Natasha's first 2 years of her nursing career began as a medical surgical nurse, but she wholeheartedly embraced the maternal child health sector when she moved to St. Lucie County from Broward, serving families under Children Medical Services, St. Lucie Healthy Start, EQ Health Solutions, Martin Health System for a total of 8 years and 9 years of supervised experience in St. Lucie Healthy Start, Visiting Nurse Association, and currently serving as the nurse supervisor for the Nurse Family Partnership Treasure Coast, acquiring this role in 2018. The Nurse Family Partnership of Treasure Coast services mothers and babies of Indian River, St. Lucie, and Martin counties. Natasha has led a successful team as the nurse supervisor for Nurse Family Partnership of the Treasure Coast, and loves serving our mothers, babies, and supporting healthy birth outcomes and healthy babies. Through the Nurse Family Partnership program, she aims to narrow the health disparities amongst our mothers and babies and reducing maternal morbidity and maternal and infant mortality rates with our most vulnerable communities. Natasha was a recipient of the St. Lucie County Healthy Start 2022-2023 Baby's Best Friend Award. Natasha loves spending time with her husband and 22 years old and her 3 beautiful daughters, ages 19, 14, and 9. Natasha's goal is for all mothers and babies to have a healthy start. So welcome, Natasha.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was getting tripped up on your bio there.
I was too wrong.
I almost slipped. It sounded like I said an inappropriate word too, so I apologize.
You did wonderful, and thank you for having me
No,
today.
thank you for joining us.
Yes, we're excited to jump in and learn a little bit more about the program and just educate our community on that as well.
Okay.
So do you mind, before we begin, if you can tell everyone a little bit about NFP?
Sure. Nurse Family Partnership of Treasure Coast is a home visiting program that services first-time moms, and we work with them prenatally prior to them turning 28 weeks in their pregnancy. We want to really build that relationship with that mom early on, and we're working with them until baby turns 2. So we're there with that mother and that family for a long period of time, and we're servicing the low-income community.
Okay.
And it's an evidence, Nurse Family Partnership is an evidence-based program that has been around for 40 years, but in the Treasure Coast area, we haven't been there until 2018. So we're still fairly new compared to our counterparts, but we're there to support our moms with their goals, make sure they have a healthy pregnancy, make sure their baby's developing within, meeting the milestones. Nurses are going in there, we're assessing, doing weight checks on mom and baby, checking blood pressures. We're just making sure that they're healthy. That's the main thing, that we have healthy outcomes within the community.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I didn't realize when Cheryl became our NFP nurse for Indian River that program was just getting started
Yeah, me neither.
in this
actually.
county. I had no idea.
it was like 2018 when we
Okay.
implemented
I
in
didn't
this area.
realize that.
Yeah, so I always say we're like we have a consultant that works closely with me, and I remember him saying, "You guys are like the infants," and then he would say, "You're the toddlers," because we're reaching that mark. So we've been 6 years in, so I can't even imagine. It's like it's been a whirlwind.
Right.
But we have amazing nurses. We have a team of right now 6 nurses. To cover the 3 counties. Indian River is 1.5 nurses to service this community. And we actually are expanding to 2 more nurses for St. Lucie County, because St. Lucie County is growing
That's great
tremendously.
news.
Yeah, it is.
We have a big need down there, so we're expanding to 2 more nurses and adding an extra data entry person to our team. We have someone right now that I call her a data guru, a data coordinator. That's really is making sure that we are gathering information or data accurately to provide our local counterparts. So
Okay, that is amazing.
Yeah. So we know that a nurse, an RN, is partnered with a family. So how long does that nurse follow with the family, and how does an individual qualify for this program?
Well, we're getting our referrals a lot of times through our coordinated intake referral source. And this is through the screen that's completed in their OB visit.
Yep.
So they're providing us the referral through our portal once they see that the client meets eligibility, being first-time mom, low income, before 28 weeks. We want to also touch those moms that are having any high risk factors like mental health, homelessness, lack of support. Even our moms that this is probably not their first pregnancy, they've had previous miscarriage or loss. We can also accept those moms.
Okay.
So a lot of times we're working very closely with the coordinated and intake individuals out of each county to make sure that, of course, the moms, if they're eligible for multiple programs, they have to sort of give them the opportunity to choose.
Sure.
But a lot of times when you're telling a mom, hey, you're going to have your own personal free nurse, they're in. That's our buy-in usually, is that piece.
Yeah, I mean, that would sell me, just
That
because.
would definitely sell me.
Yeah.
Sorry, Janay, we can't work with you anymore. You're like, baby 4?
Yeah, baby number 4.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you guys still work with me.
Yeah.
Just in a different way.
Yeah.
And I was browsing your website, the NFP website, and I saw that you guys also extend the help to the fathers of the families that are enrolled. And I was wondering, do they have like access to the nurse the way that the mom does? Are they included in the program the entire length of the program?
Yeah, we were super interested in that just because our fatherhood program, they do focus on men's health and just, making sure that those fathers are getting to their annual wellness check and just making sure they're the healthiest they can be, because they are contributing factors as well in a healthy pregnancy.
That's a good question. I know we do support the whole family, but our client is the mom. So that's the first point, that we are there to sort of provide them guidance. Of course, if the father needs information, we provide them as well. We often want to make sure that they're involved and they have questions. They're usually, we have the mom, we ask the mom, who would you like to be part of your visit? And, it could be grandma, aunt, brother, whoever, father. Usually it's the dads, and we want them because they're also going to be involved in caring for this baby. But if they have any questions or need resources or need connections to resources in the community, we would definitely, of course, support them as well. Our main person that we are there though for is mom, and of course baby.
Okay.
So with a nurse partnering with the family, like, I just think of it from my perspective. if I had a nurse, sometimes I would feel like I would probably be asking someone too much, maybe outside of the scope of the service that was being provided. So is there a healthy boundary that you guys are setting in regards to like the information, the nursing care that you're providing to that individual?
Whatever we're one of our pillars of Nurse Family Partnership, one of the 5 is the client is the expert. So we are there not to particularly give advice, but it's really to provide guidance, provide support, provide education. So in terms of boundaries, of course there's, I don't want to say we don't want to go certain places, but wherever the client leads us, that's where we go to sort of support them and just ensure that we're answering any concerns or questions that they may have. You know, breastfeeding is a big one. We want to make sure that we're supporting, empowering our moms to breastfeed in the community. So whatever they may ask, we're allowing them to lead us to sort of provide support and guidance to them. Yeah.
And I was also searching, and I saw that you guys are certified in a lot of different things. Like, one that really intrigued my interest was the dietary part of it.
Well, I would say, just as in terms you were asking about the boundaries or what can they ask or whatnot, we are there to encourage healthy eating. But many times we are working with our community partners as well, because we do referrals to within the community. So, if they need a WIC or a nutrition referral, or we are there because they are the experts in that sense. What we do is pretty much encourage healthy eating. Like I recall one nurse saying one mom didn't really know about vegetables. So you sort of want to have that discussion about a healthy, well-balanced diet, especially during this time period when you're pregnant for that fetal development. So that's one of the things. We have many handouts or facilitators within our NFP, other resources as well, but that really encourages, hydrating, staying hydrated. If you're dehydrated, that can cause preterm labor symptoms. So we definitely are there to encourage, not necessarily be the expert in nutrition or dietary, but to, definitely provide resources on how they can eat, healthy, providing, we have maybe schedules or different mechanisms that we can sort of partner with them to facilitate, healthy eating snacks if they are having episodes of vomiting or nausea, different things that we can support them in.
You can aid in specific areas.
Yes.
Because it's more, I guess it's, when you're meeting with them, it's more targeted to a need versus like overall general here. I guess it could be
education. It's really overall education.
Right.
So that's part of our education as well is healthy eating.
So, because my mind went straight to, oh my God, these people helping to meal prep. I was like, whoa, I need to talk.
Like, sign me up.
I need to call Cheryl because she didn't tell me that.
I mean, if the nurse wants to do meal prep, Janay, we let the nurse do however she wants to support her client. She supports them.
That's awesome.
So that's awesome. So if you need a meal prep, hey,
so sign Janay up, and she wants someone to meal prep for her.
Yes, come in and be her personal chef. Yeah, the nurse embodies all factors: social worker, therapist. I mean, there's a scope of practice that we have to work within, but we definitely refer to our experts, like for mental health and as well as nutrition. But we're there to also partner with the client.
Now I know you said it's like different factors to qualify.
Oh no.
It sounds like it's a way we can squeeze me in there.
I'm trying to think of a way. I really am.
I'm a first-time girl mom.
There you go. There you go. Maybe we can work that around.
I'm trying, Janay. I'm trying to figure a way for you.
I love that, Janay.
Cheryl, if you're watching us, I'm going to be calling you.
Yeah.
Well, anyways. So I saw that NFP has a parent ambassador campaign. Can you dive into that and explain that a little bit more?
I can maybe lightly. It's really a program for, I would say, our graduating moms that can really, that are going into the community to advocate or showcase or be champions for Nurse Family Partnership.
Oh, amazing.
Okay.
So it's one that we. I know you're going to come up with a different, talk about a different one, but it's really a way for our moms that are interested in being advocates in the community to be a voice. They do train them. I think they have to go to DC for training.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And it's the training is of course paid for, and the expenses are paid for. So
Sure.
And do
That's
they have to have
fantastic.
completed the program, or can it just be any mom? In the community?
I believe it has to be a graduate
Okay.
Oh,
of the
okay.
program. Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And what a great way to
is.
get that into the community and speak on behalf of services that they receive too. That's a great model.
Yes.
It's a great model.
Yes.
Because it's just not people who are just talking about the program. They
Yeah.
actually went through the program, so
Yeah.
they know exactly what it entails. If
Yeah.
people have questions, they have real life answers.
Right.
From
Oh, yes.
experience,
They've been
personal
through it.
experience.
Well,
Yeah.
I think about some of our ambassadors, some of our most strong advocates in the ambassador training that we do for Healthy Start are people who have gone through Healthy Start services.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because not that someone who isn't an advocate, but you have more of a emotional connection maybe per se if you have received those services firsthand
Yeah.
and have a testimony yourself. So I love that. What a great model.
Yes, definitely.
I think that's a great way to pick an ambassador, because people want real people with personal experiences and not someone who's just going around, oh yeah, that's a good program, but it's like, okay, it's a good program.
You want someone who's
why
gone-
haven't you done it?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know, that's just
Right.
how I think about it.
Yeah.
When I think of an ambassador.
Right.
You know?
100%.
I'll sort of want to make sure it's covered. So it is a graduate of the program, and one specific thing I wanted to mention about it that I'm looking is they must be 21 or over
Okay.
to be an ambassador, or be eligible to be an ambassador, with a success story and how the program has improved their lives. So
Do you guys have preteens? Teens in your program?
oh yes,
You do?
definitely. You know, a lot of our first time moms are teens. A lot of the, you want to gear them maybe to Nurse Family Partnership. We really try to work with them to hopefully prevent them from having a second pregnancy. We've had, I was saying, this wasn't Indian River, but it was one of our counties. We had three 13-year-olds at the same time.
Oh my God.
Another county, we had one 11-year-old. So we've had as young as 11.
Wow. I can't even.
I
Wow.
know.
What a
A baby.
testament to that
Yeah.
young mom.
Mm-hmm.
That can't be easy.
Yeah, that is amazing to have a nurse guiding you.
Yeah.
At such a
Yes.
young age.
Yes.
Yeah. And the 13-year-olds, I believe they all graduated. Yes, all of them graduated from the program. So by the time they were graduating, they were like 15 plus. Yeah. So,
Now, I have a question. When you say that you guys had like the 11-year-old, the 13-year-old, when they graduate from the program, because NFP follows them up to 2,
up to age 2.
the baby
baby's
2,
age 2.
is there a extension to the program or the services within the county that you can offer them so that
Well,
they could go into?
A lot of time, I mean, there's helping people succeed. Sometimes they have different programs that we can connect them with. I believe Healthy Start, it depends. I think they go up to age 1. So by that time, they're not eligible.
So you
and
guys find something.
we try to connect them. I mean, they
St.
usually
Lucie has and Martin. They all have great resources too, like Indian River. So
Yeah.
I'm
So
sure.
I know for us, and I believe I've been encouraging our nurses up in Vero as well to connect them to the Help Me Grow. That's a way of them continuing to reach out to the parents and monitoring the baby and tracking baby's development.
Okay.
So, in that sense, if they need to call their nurse, they can still, they have their number. They've been with them for 2+
That's
years.
nice.
Yeah, I know Cheryl has shared that people will still
Yes,
reach
they
out
will
and just
call.
catch up.
They will.
Yeah.
They will send pictures, and you'll see the baby growing, and no baby's going to preschool, and it's a
so
wonderful
sweet.
thing because
I
you
love the NFP graduations. They
I
are
went
so
to one.
precious.
I've been to quite a few actually.
Yeah,
yes.
they are precious. I love going to those.
It's good to hear. Good to hear.
Yeah. Awesome. So I know you mentioned that moms are introduced in that prenatal period. Does this nurse, when they are delivering, attend the birth as a additional support person sometimes? Or are you referring to maybe the Grow Doula program for a doula for that support? What does that look like?
I know many of our clients want the nurse in there with them. Are you going to be there with me?
Yeah.
The nurse is preparing them for the delivery, going through education videos, different stuff, so they can get their minds ready for that time.
Okay.
But they do not attend the birth. We do encourage, we do ask, who's your support person that's going to be in? It could be mother, it could be father of the baby, it could be friend. And definitely, we're encouraging our doulas, our local doula services, Grow Doula in St. Lucie County. You don't need to know, but it's Sisters Empowering Sisters doula program. So there's different, and Martin County is the Grow Doula as well. So it's different resources that we're connecting them with.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That is
Great.
nice to know.
Cool. Well, Natasha, do you have any other final thoughts as we wrap up for NFP, things you want people to know, maybe some things people just don't know about the program that they can jump in and get connected?
Well, definitely. I mean, it's always, we welcome referrals. We welcome to work with all our families. And when you guys had asked about supporting fathers, this program really supports the family as a whole, because one of our goals is economic self-sufficiency as well with the family, making sure that if they're in poverty, that we're getting them, breaking that cycle of poverty. So that's one of our one of the points I also wanted to make, as well as we have graduations yearly. We do have one coming up August 23rd, because Cheryl's like, that works best for me. So when the nurses have to be there, always go by their schedule. The nurses must be there to support, to be able to celebrate with their clients. So we don't have a location, more details to come in reference to that.
Awesome. Okay. Well, we both think so highly of this program. So thank you for jumping on here and sharing and getting the word out, and potentially maybe a mom that's listening or sees this in the future.
Self-referrals?
I believe they can do self-referrals through Indian River. I believe you probably have a website that...
Yeah, so if they go to the Healthy Start website and go to Start Here, there's a referral form that'll get sent to our coordinated intake and referral. And then that individual will reach out to them and they can get them plugged in.
Yes, and it is a voluntary program. So we know we encourage, we cannot force. But yeah, they definitely can self-refer. If anyone in community wants to refer as well, we welcome it. And we try to do outreach, to connect with our resources in the community. So
absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being on here. And I'm hoping that we've enlightened someone in the community. If someone is listening and they want to be a part of this, I think it's a wonderful program. So thank you for sharing a little bit more.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're so welcome. Anytime. I did want to announce just before we close, we had an amazing outpouring support from our community with our maternal health brunch that we did this Saturday and our community baby shower. We had 100 individuals at the brunch, and then we had over 120 families at the community baby shower. I think including partner and children, it was like over 250 people at that baby shower. So
it was a lot.
It was really beautiful. We're going to be doing more of them, so stay tuned on our socials, and we will certainly advertise them on the podcast as they come up with more dates and details. So thank you again, everyone, for listening to another episode of the No One Told Me podcast with
Janay
and Tay, and we will see you next month.